This classic episode of the Electric Playground is brought to you by PNP Games, your source for everything video games. Support the partners that support Electric Playground. Remember, this episode first aired in 1998.
Today on the Electric Playground, we're going to be taking a look at Skies, talking to Konami about their Metal Gear Solid. We'll have a sneak peek at Crash Bandicoot 3, and then we're going on a Mission Impossible. Dun, 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 dun.
Looks like the sky's the limit with this game.
I'm here with Vince Zampella, who's the producer of Skies, a new online world created exclusively for Heat. Tell me what the background story on this is.
Well, the world is made up of fragments of an exploded planet that have actually begun to float above this energy storm that is now the world, the core of the world. Players through time have gained the ability to fly. Characters in the world, everyone has wings, takes flight into the world, which gives you a new degree of freedom in a 3D game.
We're at Paradigm Entertainment here in Dallas, Texas. I'm here to talk to three of the guys that helped build Skies. How are you keeping it from just people zipping around and not seeing anything or anybody for hours at a time?
Well, the idea is to give people lots of things to do, but to try to organize that in a reasonable way. I mean, there will be cities, so there will be places where lots of people congregate.
Is it like working with any other 3D action game, or are there limitations imposed on you from the start?
I'm not sure. It's my first game.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank
you must
you.
be scared to death.
A little bit.
Yeah. So it's almost like we are in the world of Hawkman or something from DC Comics or something like that.
Similar, I guess, with regards to the characters, yes. Now the world is built on, you can't just walk from one spot to another. There is no walking, everything is flight. The underlying game is an RPG with character development. Your character will grow. Your character will grow in height. Your character will gain more armor. Your character it'll grow facial hair. You know, when your male elder gets ancient, he'll grow like a nice gray beard.
Very cool.
And when you fly into town, someone doesn't say, no, there's an angel. You say, there's an elder angel. He's tough, watch out for him.
Is this something that, what do they call it, massively multiplayer?
Massively multiplayer game is what we like to call it. We're planning right now for each world to hold about 2,000 to 3,000 players.
How can you do this? How do you get this thing up and going? It seems like an impossible task.
Yeah, it could seem like that. But I assure you it's possible. We're doing our best.
I also understand that you've brought on Paradigm simulations to help you with this whole flying dynamic?
Paradigm is wonderful. They've done a lot of military simulation work in the past. They did Pilot Wing 64 for the Nintendo 64.
Right.
We do most of the design here. Paradigm does the actual execution of the game.
The collaboration we've got of ideas, the exchange back and forth, I think is going to generate a great game. And I think we're seeing the fruits of that labor right now.
We have Michael Turner from Witchblade, from Top Cow Comics. He is doing the actual art direction for the characters and for the world.
Oh, fantastic.
But, some wonderful stuff.
Is this going to be an ever-expanding universe?
With transactor technology, the Lidos, we're actually going to introduce new areas, new objects, new characters into the game constantly, actually.
Explain what Lidos is for people that don't know.
It's a digitally encrypted, limited edition digital object, which is basically a collectible, unique object in the game world. The characters are actually collectible, unique objects. So once you get tired of, say you play a dragon, you get tired of playing a dragon, you want to try something a little different, you can try the sprite, and you can maybe trade with somebody.
Excellent. Looking forward to this, Vince. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming by.
You don't understand. It's after us. It's big. It's got huge teeth, a big beak, bulgy eyes, feathers, fur everywhere.
Yeah, and pigs can fly.
No, bears can fly. Bad guys beware. Here comes Banjo-Kazooie. We're your both bird and bear with amazing powers. There's never been anything like this head-banging, sky-flying, rock-hopping, egg-shooting, tag-teaming duo. Banjo-Kazooie, only for Nintendo.
Pokemania is here. Well, Nintendo needed a win in the role-playing game column after Final Fantasy and Friends left town, and instead, they got a phenomenon. Pokemon, or Pocket Monsters, are taking over. With over 150 or more to see, becoming a Pokemon Master is quickly becoming my destiny. That's right. I caught them all. And a completed Pokedex is a terrible thing to waste, so starting next week, let's explore it together. Tune in every Saturday morning for EP Classic, and play forever. Yes, the future's looking bright for old, Pikachu here. Sorry, Pikachu. Pikachu.
To talk about Metal Gear Solid, I'm with Jon Sloan. How are you, John?
Great, Victor, thank you.
Well, what is Metal Gear Solid all about?
It's a pretty complicated game, but I'll try and give you a short explanation.
Okay.
You play a guy called Solid Snake. He's a genetically engineered super soldier. Your former comrades have taken an Alaskan military base by force and are threatening to launch a nuclear missile against the US unless their demands are met. Your job is to get in there, defuse the situation, find out if they've got the capability to do this.
So you're basically a spy, and you got some whooping to do.
That's basically it.
Tell me about some of the technological advances that the guys at Konami have been able to do in this game.
The textures you see in the game are so detailed, much more advanced than anything else in the market at the moment. Plus, you have two perspectives. You have a top-down perspective and a first-person perspective, and the transition between them is incredibly smooth.
And that's what happens when you spend 3 years perfecting a game.
That's right.
Is that why we've been waiting so long? They've basically had a finished game, but they just wanted to tweak it and make it beautiful?
Yep, our guys are perfectionists. They don't want to put a game in the market unless it's absolutely wonderful. So they spend 3 years doing that.
What kinds of weapons and what kinds of special attacks and stuff can we find in this game?
If Snake doesn't have any weapons, he can punch and kick your opponent.
Yep.
If he sneaks up behind him, he can grab him by the neck, choke him, and break his neck. But when you get the guns, there are over 30 weapons in the game. From a single pistol, you can put a silencer on that, you can get a sniper rifle, or you can get some cool C4 explosive. Walk up behind the guard, and you have to be very good to do this. Place it on his back. Watch the guard walk back to his friends, blow them all up.
Are there RPG elements in this game as well?
You have over 15 characters. Some of them help you, some of them attack you. Those that help you, you communicate using a radio that's embedded in your head. These guys will tell you your objectives for a stage. They will tell you how to beat certain bosses in the game. And there's even one guy who will tell you all about the flora and fauna in Alaska.
When's the game out?
The game's out in October.
Now, who are these guys?
These are our metal girls and boys. They're playing characters from the game. You have Psycho Mantis here on the left. You have Vulcan Raven. He's a big guy with a huge gun, as you can see. We have Solid Snake there, and on the end we got Meryl. Meryl's a friend. She's going to help Snake during the game. The other two are the bad guys.
I wouldn't want to make any of them angry. I can't wait for this game, man. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Victor.
We're here on the rooftops of Westwood Studios in Las Vegas, Nevada, to talk about the next Command & Conquer game, Tiberian Sun. I'm going to drop in on the producer right now. Hey, Rade! Rade! How's it going?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Pretty cool, pretty cool. Hey, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Where did the name Tiberian Sun come from?
It's a three-part trilogy. We started with the first one being Tiberian Dawn, so Tiberian Sun, it's a little bit further, and then we've got one more, which will be Tiberian Twilight.
This new whole real weird terrain thing that happens in this version.
Right, we've got fully deformable 3D terrain now, which means you can do anything you want to it. For example, you have a cliff. You've got some guys that want to go up the cliff. You just start shooting at it. The rocks will start crumbling, and you'll get a little ramp, and you can drive up it. We'll have water that'll freeze over in the ice missions, and you'll be able to cross it. But if you stay on it too long, the ice will break.
So tell me about the whole fire thing. Like, the use of fire in this game is like really cool.
It's pretty extensive. If you have a forest fire, for example, and you have an infantry unit that's nearby, he'll catch on fire and start taking damage, and he'll run around, start flailing about, and set other units and trees on fire also.
Cool. Show me how that works. This ought to be good. talk about some of the weapons.
GDI is going to have more of your average military type of units, but with a futuristic flair to it. We have hover rocket launching tanks. We have mechanized infantry battle suits, which are kind of like a powered armor that the guy can run around in. APCs are still going to be in there. A lot of new ammunition types, rockets, lasers, rail guns, all sorts of neat stuff like that.
I saw the intro for this thing, which just looks awesome.
Yeah, you'll get a reward movie after each mission.
This is the Westwood rendering farm. It consists of over 90 dual P2 300 systems. We are able to render out more artwork in one night than we were previously in 3 weeks.
How many missions are there?
Right now we're a little over 30. Be able to do nighttime missions, which will be really interesting. If you blow up the enemy's light towers, it's going to go dark on the battlefield right away, and he might not be able to see your guys coming.
What's it like working in Las Vegas? I mean, you seem to be a pretty low-key guy, you know?
Dude, it's great! There's like nightclubs you could go to. They're always open. The bars, the clubs, the restaurants. It rules. You gotta go now! Right now!
Now?
Yes, go!
Now?
Right
Like,
now!
whoa,
go!
whoa.
Go! Later, man.
Can you tell me what a bandicoot is?
A little cat or something like that.
Some kind of a beast? A beast. Is it a big beast or a little beast? Middle size.
It's a hedgehog or something. Something like a hedgehog, I think.
Can you tell me where it's from? Africa. Definitely Africa.
I'm here with Andy Gavin and Jason Rubin, guys from Naughty Dog, the creators of Crash Bandicoot, and we're talking about Crash 3, yeah?
Yeah, Crash 3.
I saw some screens on this. Amazing.
Thank you.
I mean, how much better can you guys make this game?
We tried. At this point, not that much, I'm sure. It's we got a lot of surprises, a lot of surprises that we haven't even shown here, but for now, we're really, really happy with what we've done, and yeah, we think this is the big one. This is the best of them.
We've been really focusing on like different gameplay elements and stuff, just giving the player tons of different stuff to do, like tons of different controls and like vehicles and like things to ride and like just have a lot of fun.
Now I saw an underwater level, which I thought was the best level so far of any level I've ever seen in Crash.
Right, but we're holding our consistency. You know, Crash has got scuba gear because we all know he can't really swim.
Right.
But with the scuba gear, I guess it's okay, just like you and me.
I saw Crash being traced by this big-ass dinosaur thing, and there's some cool reflection going on there. What's that all about?
Well, beyond improving the gameplay, because we're definitely getting better with gameplay as we go into the series, we've also gotten much better at the PlayStation. How much of the PlayStation's power are we using? More than last year, you know? And one of the things that we've gotten down now is not only standing on ice reflections like we did in Crash 2, but standing knee-deep in water and having your body sort of cut off at the knees and having a reflection as it would in a pool of water. So it's our new trick. Impossible with the Z buffer, so it's not even a fake Z buffer now, it's beyond that.
You can see a lot more of the game. I mean, there's a lot more depth and action going on, and you're going down canyons and stuff. I mean, you guys trying to like expand the world of Crash here?
We really tried to open it up and give you like broad, far view so you can get a real like panoramic sense of the world.
Crash 1 was a pretty big game. Crash 2, even bigger still. Is Crash 3 going to be an even bigger and longer game?
Absolutely. I think that Crash 3 has more levels, there's more detail in them, and we're adding some new gameplay on top of getting crystals and getting gems as you did in the past. There's now an additional thing to get. So there's going to be endless gameplay for someone who wants to get the true 100%.
What is the best part about making the Crash games? You know, pushing the limit? What's the best part about making the new Crash?
Well, those of us that have been with Crash since the beginning, we've actually spent more time now on Crash Bandicoots than we spent in college. We spent more than 4 years total by the end of this project. So we know this character well. It's like a best friend, and it's great working with a best friend. It's great doing another title where you know, I understand this world. I know what things look like in this world.
What are the total number of units sold for Crash worldwide?
Sony made a press release about a month or two ago that we had hit 5 million on 1 and 2 together. Crash 1 is the best-selling PlayStation title in America. We've really been able to hit numbers that are, you know, it's 10 games in the industry have ever done it, and it's going right back back to the beginning.
Great talking to you guys. Cool.
Thank you.
Guys like me don't get much respect. I mean, I hit big, but there's no deodorant commercial. I make huge plays. I'm not even in a cereal box. But man, I could care less.
Triple Play 99. You've never seen baseball like this. Whoa. EA Sports. It's in the game.
We've been hanging around waiting for the release of Mission Impossible for a long time. Whoa.
We're here at the Mission Impossible stand. I'm with Erwin Kurgal, who's the producer on the game. How you doing?
We're having a great time here showing Mission Impossible. It's having good success and people like it, so we're very happy.
There's been a lot of curiosity about the game because it's been in development for a long time.
Yes, originally Mission Impossible was developed by Ocean of America. The original design involved lip synchronization, terrible artificial intelligence, and also backgrounds with something like 40,000 polygons, which were much too heavy, and they thought the machine could do it. When they realized it wouldn't work, they had some kind of a breakdown. At that time, Infogram was taking over Ocean. We took a new team in-house, in front. We took the project back.
So now this team, they reassemble the game, they put it together, they make it something that you can actually put onto a Nintendo 64 cartridge. What makes this game special?
It's a third-person 3D adventure action game. GoldenEye, which is, of course, the game we're always compare with, is a first person, and that makes a lot of a difference. You don't get that feeling of having a real character that you're controlling. I feel you always have the feeling of bumping into walls and not knowing where your feet are and not knowing what exactly is your position in space and in relation to the background. Now, here we have something that's very different. You have a character, he's moving, you have perfect control over him. Mary had more influence on Mission Impossible than GoldenEye had for the character control.
What about some of the unique gameplay features in this title?
What is very special about Mission Impossible is the complexity. That's what we wanted to give the players. A game where you don't have to just shoot around and punch holes and just blast people, but figure out what exactly do I have to do. Mission Impossible is about being more clever than the enemy, making them believe that something has happened and making them do actions that they wouldn't do. In our game, we have lots of gadgets, we use lots of deception, we have those face-making sequences where we change faces and we take the identity of other people. Imagine you have a guard and he's following you, pursuing you because you just shot someone, and then you go into a room and you take another face and you get out, and he puts your gun at you and then stops. Hey, that's not the guy I was following, and he puts his gun back. Wow. And that's great pleasure to play with this and to have such realistic reactions.
Now I understand Tom Cruise himself has to kind of give the final okay on this game.
We had an email recently coming from his agent and telling us he's played the game all weekend and he loves it. And we had a party.
You didn't get your haircut to be like Tom Cruise, did you?
Does it look like him?
Now I understand Tom Cruise is working on another Mission Impossible movie. Do you guys have the rights to create another Mission Impossible game after this one?
That hasn't been discussed yet. Of course, there's some word going around between Viacom and Infogram, and we're in very good terms because they know we've done a great job, and that's possible.
We're back with Marvel vs. Capcom. A while ago, Tyrone showed you how to choose Roll, Mega Man's little sister, but I'm going to show you how to choose Shadow Lady, Chun-Li's evil twin. Get ready to pause your VCR. At the character selection screen, press start. Highlight Morgan. Then move the joystick up, right, down, down, left, up, right, left, down, right, down, left, up, right, up, left, down. And Shadow Lady will be at your disposal.
Hey, it's time for the Tekken 3 move of the week. You guys ready to juggle with Jin Kazama? Watch this. Ready? It's back, then forward plus right punch, left punch, right punch. Back, forward plus right punch, left punch, right punch. Forward plus right punch.
Today on the Simpatico Question of the Week, Sarah Penn from Brandon, Manitoba asks, why are there so few cheat codes for rare Nintendo games?
Nintendo is concerned about the internet. Secrets can be released too quickly. You know, it used to be in the old days that if there was a secret in the game, you basically beat the game, and maybe you read about it in a game magazine 2 months later. Now, you buy the game, you go to the internet that night, and there's the no-die code. You know, there's the level select, there's the all weapons. It's like, you know, forget that. That was one of the reasons that GoldenEye was designed the way it was. To take this stuff and give it into the hands of the player. It's like, you can go on the internet and they'll tell you how to beat 2 minutes and 5 seconds in the facility, but they won't give you a code that gives you invincibility. You have to earn it.
To send us your questions, stop by the EP website at www.electplay.com.
You don't understand. It's after us. It's big. It's got huge teeth, a big beak, bulgy eyes, feathers, fur everywhere.
Yeah, and pigs can fly.
No bears can fly. Bad guys beware. Here comes Banjo-Kazooie, where you're both bird and bear with amazing powers. There's never been anything like this head-banging, sky-flying, rock-hopping, egg-shooting, tag-teaming duo. Banjo-Kazooie, only for Nintendo.
Hey Trevor, I just picked up Puzzle Fighter from P&P Games. You can be Dan. What?
I'll be right down. Just making some gamer broccoli.
What do you think about Biofreaks for the Nintendo 64?
It's a pretty disgusting game.
It is a very disgusting game. I like the blood splattering on the camera.
That's pretty cool, but my favorite part is the puking. Lots of puking in this game. You know, you come up, you go, and everybody's puking, there's vomit all over the place, there's blood on the camera.
It's the most ridiculous, over-the-top fighting game I've ever played.
And that's what makes it fun.
Exactly. I like the Marilyn Manson backgrounds and all that stuff. It's like a big rock video. It's so in your face.
Whoever dreamt up those characters.
I like Zipperhead.
Was awesome.
He's my favorite. The guy not only has one spike, he's got 4 spikes in his heart, and then he's got a big machine gun hand and a big hand with big, huge, spiky things on it.
It's a bit like Virtual On.
Yeah,
in that you fly up, and that's really cool. But you never really get a sense of whacking a guy. I mean, it's kind of like a distant fighting game.
It's not tactile enough. It doesn't have the depth of a Tekken game or anything like that, but it's still fun.
And it has puke.
I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
That's exactly what I give it, is 7 out of 10.
What do you think about Bloody Roar for the Sony PlayStation?
More vomiting. This is excellent.
It's a running theme.
I didn't even care. I just wanted to try to make people vomit.
You know what I liked about this game? It had a couple of really interesting modes. So they had like the Virtua Kids mode. So you had the kids version of the Bloody Roar characters.
Yeah.
And there was also the Big Head mode, which I think made the characters look better, actually.
So you turn into big animals, and everybody's a different animal.
Yeah.
And you just
the moves are cool. They're flashy.
And some of the what you want to do is you want to do the grab moves while you're an animal, because then you bite into somebody's neck, you tear them around. There's just blood and vomit all over the place. It's excellent.
It's a pretty solid fighter. I was surprised. I wasn't expecting to have as much fun with the game as I did. I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. It's a fun game.
Now, come on. Would you see my score sheet before?
You give it an 8 out of 10 as well?
Yeah.
House of the Dead for the Saturn.
More excellent, gratuitous,
violent gore, zombies all over the place.
One thing that bugged me, and I know bugged a lot of people I was playing with, was this big beast will come in, picks up the girl, is attacking her, and it says hold your fire. I don't know what's up with that.
Man.
Is
you're
that
freaked out. You're too scared to shoot.
That freaky bat thing was really scaring me. Though. That bat guy flies around and there's bats coming at you and you're shooting the bats, and I didn't like those.
You gotta dig the way the zombies just explode the more you shoot.
It's good stuff.
I like that.
And what about those slugs that come up and suck your face? That's good
fun
stuff.
Shooting those guys too.
In the Saturn though, I mean, it really you get close up to stuff, and it's just blocky.
Yeah, but it's still fun. It's still solid. It has all the gameplay. Plus they put the Saturn mode in there. You have a chance to play the game by choosing a bunch of different characters. And
you can go different ways.
Different guns. There's different paths you can take. I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
I also give it a 7 out of 10.
What do you think about Unreal for the PC? Probably one of the most hyped games of the year.
It's one of the best looking PC games to date, I think.
I think so. The levels in this game are insane. They're beautifully structured, very solid. The textures and stuff are insane. The glassy reflections and the water surfaces, everything looks beautiful.
My favorite part was some of the sounds, the backing ambient orchestral thing.
The creatures didn't have enough variety, I found. I thought that there was like one or two predator type alien creatures that come after you. And there wasn't enough of them.
Exactly. The thing is that whenever you see anything move, you're just, kind of so bored because you've been exploring around. You kill it. You don't care if it's on your side or not. You don't care if it's a little animal on the ground. It's dead.
But that is cool, though, is that you're meeting non-player characters that are really on your side. And if you make friends with them, they'll treat you to new surprises and stuff.
Now, treat me to new surprises. That one guy with the 4 arms,
cool.
He's like,
scary.
He's like, come here. No, I'm capping your butt. I go, boom, 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 boom.
You live in Los Angeles, don't you?
Well, Orange County.
What'd you give Unreal, man?
Unreal is 8.5.
8.5. I'd give it a 9 out of 10. So how much longer do you think we're gonna have to be in here, man? It's getting pretty cold.
Don't worry, not too much longer.
Hey, Tommy.
Production assistance for the Electric Playground is provided by Nintendo, makers of 1080 Snowboarding. Eat.net, makers of NetFighter. Electronic Arts, makers of Need for Speed 3. Namco, makers of Tekken 3. To subscribe to Tips and Tricks, call 1-800-621-8977.
This classic episode of The Electric Playground was brought to you by P&P Games, your source for everything video games. Support the partners that support The Electric Playground. Thanks for watching, and play forever.